What's up, y'all? It's Big Mouth, and I'm back with another video. Yes, baby. But y'all stay tuned, all right? Because this one here, it's a big deal. Girl, he got a big ass mouth. Hey, y'all. What's up? So, I wanted to talk today about Mr. Christopher Maurice Brown. So Chris Brown has been in the media a lot lately. He's been in all the blogs. And people are just downright outraged. Let me just flat out put it like that. People are downright outraged by this collab that he has with Chloe Bailey. So him and Chloe Bailey are collabing on this song and video project called How Does It Feel? And it has fans torn, with half of the fans feeling like Chloe has no business doing a project with Chris Brown. And the other half of the fans, Chris Brown's fans, really saying, come on, guys, let him have it. It's been long enough. Let it go. So it's leaving people with a real bitter taste in their mouth, not only for Chris Brown, but for Chloe Bailey as well, and other women like Chloe Bailey who have worked with Chris Brown after, his checkered past. Let's call it that. So earlier today, Chris Brown and Keely Williams from 3LW, I'm getting sick and tired of your broken promises. Her. She got into it with Chris basically because she went on Twitter and made a statement about his collab and brought up his abusive history. So Chris didn't like that, and there was some back and forth between the two, and it basically brought this whole thing to the forefront with him doing this collab with Holly and everybody's feelings, because everybody's been feeling some type of way about it. Nobody has really said anything. The blogs really haven't picked it up until now. I kind of wanted to give you guys a background history on why people really hate Chris Brown, because while Chris Brown has had a very successful career as one of the most highest selling R&B artists in the game right now, he's also had a very successful side career as one of the most notorious supervillains of the music industry. From some of these antics he's been performing over the years. Antics like assaulting Rihanna in 2009, throwing a chair through a TV studio window in 2011, assaulting Frank Ocean in 2013 over a parking spot, no less. Holding women hostage inside his house in 2016, which ultimately led to a standoff with the police. Just crazy things like that. Stalking his girlfriend Karuchi in 2017, which led her to have to get in a restraining order against this man. Crazy stuff. And to put the cherry on top of the cake, in 2019, Christopher Brown makes a song with the most disrespectful, colorist remarks about black women, and then stands on that when he's confronted by Tokyo Vanity about not letting dark-skinned women in his sections. Not to mention, just today, now all of this happened in 2019 with the colorist comments. Just today, Chris Brown just got exposed once again for not letting black women in his club section, or even in the club at all for that matter. Take a look.
Guys, I had to end up vlogging tonight, innit? Because basically we were supposed to go and see Chris Brown. Hey, my leg. We were supposed to go and see Chris Brown. We got there was thousands of girls lining up there, like thousands of girls. And they're not getting in. And we were supposed to be on the VIP guest list. I'll give you guys a don't go to fucking, what's it called, proud lane, proud whatever.
They forgot to tell us black girls ain't allowed.
They said no black girls allowed.
They're literally handpicking these white girls.
No black girls allowed. No black girls allowed. What do you guys have to say?
London, you are shagging my life. Yeah? Shag.
Chris Brown, what happened to Chris Brown, man?
Oh my Chris Brown is that? That's been Chris Brown. It's Chris Black. It's Chris Black. What do you mean?
If you don't laugh, you will cry.
You cry.
In fact, it's not even Chris Brown, it's Chris Brown.
Nah,
Upon all the money that
Guys,
Chris Brown has made in
I
this
swear,
concert, eh?
they
Omo,
only-
buy me new jacket, new dress. You pay for all my Uber that I don't take back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
guys, they're only letting white things.
Your body speaks
I'm not
to
racist,
me.
innit? I'm not racist, but
Your body lie
speaks to me. Guys, now we're going to.
So there you have it, guys. Chris Brown still at it, still doing the same thing, still being the same person. He has not grown in the last few years, since his fans have, really been pressing him about this issue, about this colorism thing. He has not grown. He has not learned from his mistakes. He's still up to the same things. He's still discriminating against black women. Now, needless to say, like, Chris Brown performing all of these crazy antics have cost him a lot of money over the years. Like, Chris Brown has lost so much. This man is only worth $50 million. Now, I know that sounds like a lot to a lot of you guys, and to the average person, that is a lot. To me, that's a fortune. But to a A-list celebrity of Chris Brown's stature, that's kind of cash poor. Think back to when Kanye West had his tax debt. He had a $50 million tax lien that he had to pay out to the IRS. Like, those are the celebrities that Chris Brown rubs elbows with. A $50 million tax lien on Chris Brown could wipe him out. So I want you guys to keep that in mind as we go through this video. So basically, when Chris Brown, assaulted Rihanna, and not only his assault on Rihanna, his continued antics throughout the years, he started losing so many major endorsement deals. And a lot of those big brand companies, those big name companies, they refuse to put their products behind Chris Brown. So he has not garnered any new endorsement deals. Most celebrities of Chris Brown's stature usually make about between $5 to $25 million a year off endorsement deals alone. And that's where they get a lot of their money. So Chris has kind of been locked out of the endorsement side of the industry, which has really stifled his income over the years. He's also, not been able to be booked at certain places. He's also not been able to work with certain promoters because of his antics. A lot of people are just scared to work with him because they don't know what's going to happen. That has really hindered him a lot in this industry, because most people who came in the industry with Chris Brown around that 2005, that mid 2000s area, they are, well over $100 million rich by now. Like, they are wealthy people, and Chris is just not in that league with them right now because he's locked out of a lot of things. He has effectively put a glass ceiling over his head with a lot of the stuff he's did. So in an effort to get Chris Brown, greenlit back into the industry, back into the good graces of the mainstream media, his publicist or his team for the last, I would say, almost 10 years have been pairing him up with different female artists, different black female artists, to try to get him back into their good graces, because black women account for a tremendous part of Chris Brown's following. Most of his followers are black women. So, they've put him with different artists such as Seven Streeter, Her, Normani, and most recently, Chloe Bailey. Now, we've been watching this for a long time, y'all. Like, we've been watching this for years happen, and silently we've been gritting our teeth about it. But I think it's reaching a boiling point now, because Chris Brown is now working with some of the biggest names in black women music at this point. Like, out of all the female artists, you're going to go for Normani, you're going to go for Chloe. Like, these are our sweethearts. We love these girls. So, most of the fans are more so pressing it now because they don't want Normani, they don't want Chloe Bailey's images tainted behind this man, and they don't want him being able to use their following and their support base to catapult himself back into the good graces of black women after he's already shot himself in the foot with these colorist remarks. And you guys, while I understand that, Chloe and Normani and Seven and Her don't really have anything to do with Chris Brown's bad history, and they're not obligated to try to defend women against his allegations, Here's the deal. I think we should definitely have to, hold these ladies responsible for their part in these projects, because they're choosing to do projects with a man who has abused women time and time again, who has disrespected black women time and time again, who has disrespected dark skinned black women. Like, and for them to purposefully engage in business deals with this man, I feel like it says something about their self-esteem. It says something about their character and their self-worth, because there's no way that I, as a black man, could work with a racist person, because it would go against everything that I stand for. So as a woman, it should go against everything that you stand for, working with a man who has abused someone of your demographic. Time and time again, we see black men do wrong and quickly and swiftly run back into the bosom of the black women that they have done wrong. And I don't like it. I don't understand it. And I can't fathom the idea. How dare you beat black women, disrespect them, call them bitches, tell them that you only want the ones with the nice hair, tell them there's no darkies allowed over here, and then use them in their talents, in their platforms that they have literally fought tooth and nail against a colorist and sexist industry to gain, and abuse their platforms to rebuild your success. How dare you? Some nerve that you have, Mr. Christopher Brown. And as much as I hate to say it, black women are your own worst enemy at times. Like, how can y'all expect us to fight for y'all, to fight against the colorism, to fight against the stigmas that are placed on you every single day, when while we're fighting, you're secretly in bed with your oppressors, figuratively speaking? Y'all going behind our back. We over here fighting against the stuff he's saying about y'all, and y'all going behind our back doing songs with the man. Like, literally. And to go a step further, Kelly Rowland is the worst of them all. Like, Kelly Rowland has been supporting Chris Brown through this entire ordeal since his antics have even started. And my whole thing is this, Kelly. If you're in such support of this man, how about you do your due deals and get this man some help? How about you educate this man on why his colorist behavior should not be accepted and why it should not be a thing? Because for you to be so gung-ho for this man, Kelly Rowland, you haven't taught him nothing, friend. You haven't taught him nothing. Because if that was my homeboy, if that was my friend, I would stop at no avail to educate him about his behavior and the effect that it is having on his fans. In 2019, when Chris Brown called black women bitches and told them that he only wanted the ones with the nice hair, Kelly Rowland goes on Twitter and makes a tweet in the midst of all of his fans having outrage and says, "We love you, Chris." Kelly, read the room. This ain't the time, sis. Then again in 2022, when she was on stage presenting his award at the AMAs that he could not be there to accept, the crowd started booing him. And Kelly Rowland literally snaps out of character to tell the crowd to chill out.
"I'm accepting this award on his behalf. Excuse me, chill out."
Kelly Rowland tells the audience to chill out after Chris Brown's win at the American Music Awards.
And when asked about it by TMZ, Kelly goes on to say that Chris Brown deserves our mercy. Well, Kelly, if Chris Brown deserves our mercy, then Rihanna deserves our mercy, Karrueche deserves our mercy, Frank Ocean deserves our mercy, that woman that he held hostage deserves our mercy, that dark-skinned woman that got shut down at that door when he told her she couldn't come into that club because she was dark-skinned deserves our mercy. The other woman in Miami who he told couldn't get in his section because she was dark-skinned deserves our mercy. There are a lot of people who deserve our mercy. And the last one we should be concerned about is Chris Brown. So there y'all have it. I'm laying this one on the doorstep of dark-skinned women as a whole. And I don't care how y'all eat me up in these comments. I'm going to stand on that because Chris Brown can only use dark-skinned women to benefit his career if they let him. And lately, they have been letting him. So it's time to take some personal responsibility. It's time to take some personal accountability, some self-accountability in the situation. Black women, dark-skinned women, and stand up for yourselves. Because this is out of control. And I know Chloe is not a dark-skinned woman, but you are a brown-skinned woman, Chloe. You are a brown-skinned black woman, and you know exactly why that man wants to do a song with you. So for you to act like this is just another project or this is just another business deal, it's completely irresponsible on your part. That's all I got, y'all. I ain't got no more. Please tune in to my next video. I'm going to be doing the Baddies review this Sunday. And I'm also got some more videos coming next week for you guys. So bear with me, y'all. And if you can, please go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe, and subscribe again. Thank you, guys. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.